All right, traders, just a real quick update here for midday Monday. It is just about 12 o'clock on the East Coast, and this is Christian Frommertz from Tribeca Trade Group. So, another leg down for European equities here, and really towards the end of the session, this took another leg lower here. The DAX was down another 1.5% today. And I'll just bring up this chart here, the DAX, just so that we can kind of see what's been going on here. But this was really weak at the end of the week last week. I think German equities are important. You can see that we've decisively taken out the October lows really without any hesitation. So not the most bullish, thing going on. Well, definitely not, right? Bullish. Next, I want to look at small caps. We'll go over to the U.S. The small cap index is down 90%. So, today it's midday right now, so anything could happen for the rest of the afternoon. But we've got some more continuation to the downside. We had this one hammer-looking bar on Thursday. Friday, the bottom fell out, but IWM small caps are through the October, November lows. We also have a bearish looking MACD crossover. If you're short the IWM, I would look for a target around 137. I see that being as the most vulnerable of the U.S. equities right now. A lot of people looking to see if the S&P can hold the October lows, which I think are we through them at this point? I mean, I think the IWM was very telling last week, just kind of slicing through those lows. Yeah, we are below right now. Again, the closing bar will be the most important, but right now we're below the October lows. But like I said, we've already done it in IWM. So Q's trying to hold on. There are some things that are, have some relative strength going for the day. They have not taken out. Remember in November they actually made a lower low. So the Q's seem to be holding up decently, and the semiconductors are actually not doing horrible either. I know Qualcomm, Broadcom, which had some good earnings last week, are hanging in there. But if I bring up the movers in the Qs, there are some things that are trying to hang in there and seem to be fighting back a bit. You can see Qualcomm is leading. Also, NVIDIA up 2.6%. Take-Two's up 2.4%. So kind of interesting. There is some strength. Look at PayPal's up. Facebook, of course, which announced that big buyback plan, some call buying late on Friday. So you do have some strength in there. It's kind of split right now, and I think that's why you're not seeing the Qs break down. A lot of put buying going on today in the indices. Just kind of look to see what we got going on. You'll notice that it's the separation here between calls and puts, but I would not let that distract you too much because some of the calls that they're buying are in the SQQQ, which is actually triple levered inverse, right? So that actually means somebody's thinking that the Qs will go down. So yeah, it's pretty nasty looking option activity. For a while they just kept hitting puts after puts after puts, right around from about let's say the 11 o'clock hour. Once we kind of broke a little bit lower, we continue to see bank puts go up, which they're amongst the worst performers of the day. Both energy stocks, XOP, the oil and gas ETF, is down over 4%. And the XLF, the financials ETF, is down almost 3%. So that's really where your weakness lies for today. And again, remember in that small cap ETF, the biggest weight is financials that are going on in there. So really, that's the story. This is not really a market that I really want to add a lot of risk to. Also, if you look at things like the gold miners today, the gold miners are trending up. So ABX is up 3% on the day. TLT, which actually is off the highs, but still up 40 basis points. So you do have some risk off. A couple of weeks ago, it was the utilities and healthcare and consumer staples that were outperforming. Now it seems like gold miners. So it's kind of switched a little bit as XLU kind of ran into some resistance. So for now, I think you just kind of sit tight. You can see XLU is actually down on the day. You kind of sit tight a little bit and let this play through. Other things that are a little bit different today, a lot of a lot of put buying in things like J and K. At 4,000. That's a decent sized trade in the March 33 puts. That's about a $225,000 trade. So for now, maybe this put buying can kind of get washed through a little bit, but I think you just kind of have to let this play out. As I mentioned in the weekend newsletter, I'm not really that interested in jumping into this market with a lot more selling pressure taking place. So we'll just kind of take it day by day for now. Thanks for watching the midday video. Have a good day.